Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. You know, sometimes it's nice to make friends. And, and usually making friends while you're at work is usually pretty easy for the most part. Whether it be in retail, in the office, or even within the same profession, more specifically pro wrestling. And when you have people who work with you and who work in the same profession and field as you, who you tend to gravitate towards each other, and especially in wrestling, when friends wrestle each other, normally magic is made. And of course, being the good friend that you are, you want to help your friend as much as possible. You want to make your friend look good, and you want your friend to succeed in the business, just like your friend would hopefully theoretically want you to succeed in the business. So, as friends, you want to help each other out, and you want to help elevate each other. But what if I told you sometimes helping out friends doesn't go that well? I'm talking about WCW Starrcade 1994, or as Hulk Hogan in the main event for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, it defends against the Butcher. So, as always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer, analyst, or anything like that. But I don't need to be to tell you that this match kind of sucks. When friendship goes wrong. So, of course, there's a little backstory. As kind of my opening spiel kind of gave away, Hulk Hogan and the Butcher, or slash Bruce Beefcake slash Ash, whatever gimmick you decide to have that week. They are friends. They've been friends for a long time. And they've been and they been friends for a long while, both on and off camera. But the story with this match is that the Butcher has turned his back on Hulk Hogan, and they do bring up their friendship. They try to describe them as childhood friends, and I forget whether or not they are indeed childhood friends, and in real life. But the story that they're painting here is that they're trying to be is that they were childhood friends. The story is trying to paint is that they were childhood friends, but the Butcher turned on Hulk Hogan out of jealousy. So, it's led to this match, and Hogan, of course, very upset at having to fight his friend, the Butcher, but he is doing what he has to do. And this was 1994, so this was Hulk Hogan's first year in WCW. And admittedly, Hulk Hogan in WCW is definitely a story for another time. But one of the key things about him there, for better or for worse, and usually for worse, is that he also him and his backstage politics, which is I'm sure something you've heard maybe once or 1,000 times when it comes to Hogan. But him, his backstage politics, he helped his friends out. Like, say what you want about Hulk Hogan, he definitely helped his friends out. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you, but he definitely he definitely tried his best to help his friends out. Pretty much like help his friends out as much as he helped himself out. But he definitely tried to help his friends out, and including getting this match with the Butcher here, and here. But sadly, it went up in smoke. Like I alluded to, this match was not great at all. Like it was pretty slow, pretty slow, pretty boring. I admittedly haven't seen a whole lot of Butcher slash Bruce Beefcake, whatever you want to call him. I haven't seen a lot of his matches. But Hogan, and I've seen some stuff from Hogan to know that when he wants to, he can put on a solid enough match for the most part. He definitely has in the past, but this was not it. Like this did not feel like a main event. It didn't have that main event feel, and not even just because the match is not even just because the match is not great, but it just didn't have. It lacked that big major main event feel for this to be a main event match. Not even just a main event match, not even just for the WCW World Championship, but on the biggest show of WCW's calendar year. This is Starrcade. Starrcade is pretty much like I've kind of like mentioned it previously, but it bears repeating. So Starrcade, for those of you who didn't watch WCW, who weren't really familiar with WCW, Starrcade is pretty much like their WrestleMania. So, and the biggest show of the year for WCW, that being Starrcade, having this match as the main event. And it's like these two going at it in the main event. It just felt off. And not even just because the match was not even just because the match was bad. Even if the match was good, it probably still wouldn't have really felt like a main event match. But yeah, very very slow. The majority of Butcher's offense includes the back rakes and the nerve holds. Holds great. So after Butcher gets on Hogan's nerves, or with the nerve hold, he can get right on mine, which he definitely was. But yeah, so this match definitely was not great. Aiden Hogan picking up the win and then immediately battling it out with the Dungeon of Doom, or I think they were just the Faces of Fear at the time. But battling out with the Faces of Fear, that being Kevin Sullivan and company. But then Macho Man, and who I believe this was when he I think this was around when he first came into WCW, who he vowed to either slap Hogan's face or shake his hand, and Macho Man helps out Hogan and indeed shakes his hand. And so Macho Man and Hogan are aligned for the time. How nice. So I guess they squashed their beef from 3 years earlier when Macho Man tried to accuse Hogan of taking Miss Elizabeth. But water under the bridge, I guess. As time heals all wounds. But yeah, so the post match stuff was what it was. But the match itself, yeah, was not great at all. If I did have to find something positive, which for Awful Month, I'm kind of doing the inverse. I'm talking about what I disliked about the match before talking about what I liked. If I had to find something to like, for the most part, at least it was short. It was about 12 minutes. At least it didn't overstay its welcome. It wasn't, and it didn't drag on too long. It did drag a little bit. It definitely was a boring match, but at least it wasn't it wasn't super duper long. They put us out of our misery fairly quickly, and for that, I am definitely thankful. But yeah, this match definitely was not great. So let that be a lesson to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's not always a good idea to help your friends out. At least not to this level. Again, it's nice to help your friends out, but not but not in these circumstances. Not these two main eventing when he shouldn't have. This match really shouldn't have been the main event. It makes sense to an extent for starters with Hogan, but also Hogan is WCW World Champion, and he's defending here. But yeah, otherwise, sadly, match was pretty boring, pretty dull, and pretty forgettable. But what can you do? Hulkamania, baby. But nevertheless, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're gonna keep the train rolling along through Awful Month when it comes to these awful matches. And if you can believe it, it's gonna get even more downhill from here. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications. So every time I upload a video, so you can see the drops. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this match, on my review of the match. Do you like the match? Do you like I review the match? Let me know. But I will say, hey though, thankfully this was short, and thankfully it didn't go super long like some of the other bad Hogan matches that we've seen on the channel to this point. But also just know, we have not seen the last of Hulk Hogan when it comes to Awful Month this year. Oh no. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.